ran 600 yards.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Good. I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Just your thoughts, Abram, first 2 weeks of camp. How's it been going for you?
So far, it's been going great. Learning the playbook a little bit more in detail, thanks to the help of Alvin and Mark and everybody in the running back room, including Coach Thomas. So I'm just a better understanding what's going on is really what my key is.
It's such a physical, brand of runner. Is it a different game for you when the pads are on versus when the pads are off?
It's definitely a different type of game. With the pads off, of course, it's like thud tempo. You kind of got to slow it down. But when the pads come on, you can, duck that shoulder down on somebody and kind of give somebody a speed and bullet is what we like to call in the room. And I mean, I think for me, that's where everybody kind of just comes out and like who's real and who's fake. And just when the pads come on for me, it's a different type of feeling.
What's kind of the thing you want to show this coaching staff and kind of to prove you belong on the roster?
I just want to prove that, everything that was said about me, physicality, toughness, all that, I just want to try to come out here every day and just prove that that's what I am and that's what I bring to this team and that's what I bring to the running back room.
Do you feel like you got a little bit chip on your shoulder here with being undrafted there and coming on in here?
I think there's a chip on my shoulder for sure. Just based off the fact that, there's a lot of good going in and a lot of talk going into the draft, but at the same time, I mean, it's nothing I'm not used to. It's always been work since I was little, so just growing up, I knew that, if you want something, you got to go get it, and that's my type of mentality. I kind of don't like things handed to me. I like to go out and work for it.
Abram, I don't know if you're aware, but fan base-wise, you're one of the favorites in terms of undrafted free agents to make the roster.
Really?
What would that mean to you to make the roster through that pathway?
It mean a lot to me. I think everybody's out here working hard and wanting to make that 53-man roster and just go out there and just put on for New Orleans and put on for my family and everybody back home. So just to make the roster would mean a lot to me. It's what I've been working for since I was a kid, just to go out there every Sunday, Monday and just play ball in front of my fans and in front of my family.
Where are you at in terms of just knowledge and terminology within the system?
Say it one more time.
Where are you at in terms of your knowledge and kind of how the system and the terminology, where are you at kind of in that development?
I think I'm up there right now. A lot better than when I started, that's for sure. And like I said before, it's with the help of Coach Thomas and a lot of the vets in the room, just helping me get down on my footwork, eyes when it comes to progression, and then of course the read progression when it comes to running the ball. The more I get out there, the more I learn. And then I like to watch AK and Mark and everybody else do their reps and kind of take those mental reps and see how their footwork might be, or how they might run a route, or how they might ID things before pre-snap. So right now, when it comes to knowing what's going on, I think I feel like I'm very up there for the most part.
Even when with that football intelligence, did it help when you were at Baylor when you switched over from linebacker to running back and switching positions? Did you take some stuff out of that, and is that kind of helping you, in this position, like just trying to catch up with the game and learning the game?
I think it helps a lot. Just knowing maybe different fronts, kind of knowing where everybody needs to fit on the other side of the ball, and then I think for me, just setting up the blocks, just knowing like how maybe a backer has to scrape over, or maybe they have to spill, or whatever it might be, just knowing what they do on that side of the field, and then carrying it over to switching over to running back and looking out, I guess, pre-snap recognition, just kind of seeing like, okay, he might have to fit here, or he might have to fit there, or he's playing, a 3-tech or whatever it might be. I think for me, yeah, just carrying the linebacker intelligence over the running back really helped a lot.
You feel like that gives you an advantage that maybe other running back probably don't have?
I would say so, but at the same time, there's a lot of vets in the room. I use AK. He kind of just knows, everything it's about, and he knows about, what somebody should be playing, or when he goes out and runs a route, he knows about the coverage as he's going out. So, I feel like it gave me an advantage, and you step in the room with the vets, and it's like, okay, we're all in the same playing field here, and here we go. I'm learning from, the best.
And how often do you just find yourself like watching what AK is doing and think, okay, this is the way this is supposed to be done? I want to try to like emulate that throughout camp.
I catch myself watching him a lot, watching him and Mark and pretty much all the vets, and they trying to take what they're putting on that field and then mold it into like, I guess, my own way of running the ball or running a route or whatever it might be. Because at the end of the day, everybody has their own different running style and how they might run a route. AK, he's I like to call, he's like a unicorn. It's hard to kind of like, how would you say, manipulate in a way, kind of just like get his like flow of running the ball and running routes. So I try to do my best to pick up on his steps and all that, but I think right now I'm just molding myself out of trying to help myself by molding myself out of everybody in the room.
That's a good point. Like, how do you try to like imitate the guy who nobody's like?
It's hard, you know, but you can kind of pick up on different things, like maybe how he gets out on like a choice route, or how he gets over across for a cross blitz. You know, he has to go over in protection, or how he might his footwork on like a press or any kind of run style. Just trying to do my best to, I guess, take away from his ability to do those in those areas.
Did you like run a lot of like zone at Baylor? Is that a similar scheme there?
Yeah, we did a lot of wide zone at Baylor. So coming out here and, you know, having that in the playbook is actually a real big help for, I guess, advantage for me. Just coming out of college and not really having to change a whole lot. Just tracks and footwork is kind of the same, pretty much. And so coming out of Baylor and here to New Orleans, not a whole lot of change when it comes to that, but there's a lot of change when it comes to inside run.
Yeah. Do you like that kind of that scheme where you kind of, you know,
getting kind of into it, physical? Yeah, I like going ahead and hitting the inside runs. I think that's where just getting inside the trenches, what a lot of people call, and kind of getting dirty and getting those dirty four, and maybe one rep or one carry, you're busting it out, and now it's like a 40-yard gain or whatever it might be. So I like the inside runs a lot. We did a lot of mid-zone at Baylor, but it wasn't as, I guess you could say, as physical as it is here.
Dean was here the other day talking about his relationship with your former OC over at Baylor. How did that play a role in your decision to come here to New Orleans, in addition to sort of that scheme similarity?
Well, there's Jeff Ireland, of course. You know, he comes actually out of Abilene, Texas, where I'm born. You know, where I'm from, not born, but he comes out of there. So, you know, he kind of just, I like to say, a small world. And just having that connection with him, that bond with him, and then, of course, Coach Grimes and DA knowing each other, I think that helped a whole bunch. Just kind of telling me, like, hey, like, they're looking at you, keep it up, you know, whatever it might be throughout the season. And then through the draft week, and then, you know, of course, I met up with Coach Thomas and them during the draft, the pre-draft, and just talking to him, I knew, like, this is where he wanted me to be. He really liked me, and like I said, as soon as I didn't get the phone call, I did get a phone call from him. He was one of the first ones to call me, and I mean, it kind of just hit it off right there again, and I knew this is where I wanted to be.
You got time for one more? You eager for preseason game and like live contact, getting a chance to show what you can do in that?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm fired up for it, just to get out there again and get behind those pads and actually get back in that black and gold from my hometown. You know, just going out there and getting back to football. I think everybody's excited about it, and I'm extremely excited about it, just to get out there and show what I can do for this team. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Abram.